Proverbs chapter 23, The rewards of wisdom and the dangers of folly. Proverbs chapter 23 is a profound and practical collection of teachings centered on wisdom, self-control, humility, and the proper ordering of one's heart before God. Written in the form of a father's loving instruction to his son, it captures many of the enduring themes of biblical wisdom literature: the fleeting nature of wealth, the dangers of indulgence, the value of discipline, and the blessings of living a righteous life grounded in the fear of the Lord. The chapter moves fluidly between warnings against external temptations and encouragements to cultivate inward wisdom, integrity, and reverence. The chapter begins by urging caution and restraint when dining with those in positions of power. The father warns his son to consider carefully what is before you and to exercise self-control, even to the point of metaphorically putting a knife to your throat if given to appetite. The delicacies of the powerful may seem desirable, but they often come with hidden motives and moral compromise. This opening passage teaches that self-discipline and discernment are vital in social and political contexts, for appearances can deceive, and indulgence can entrap. The theme continues as the writer warns against working excessively in pursuit of wealth. Riches are fleeting and unreliable, they fly away like an eagle toward heaven. The wise person recognizes that material gain is temporary and should not be the ultimate aim of life. The writer then turns his attention to false generosity, cautioning against dining with a miser or someone whose heart is not truly hospitable. Such a person may offer food and drink outwardly but does so with insincerity. Accepting such an offer brings regret rather than blessing, for the motives behind it are selfish. This lesson reinforces the importance of sincerity in relationships and the need to discern character rather than outward appearance. Likewise, the father advises his son not to speak in the hearing of fools, for they will only despise wisdom. True understanding requires humility and a receptive heart. Without it, even wise words fall on deaf ears. A strong moral warning follows regarding justice and compassion. The instruction not to remove the ancient landmark serves both as a literal command against stealing land and as a metaphor for respecting the moral and social boundaries established by God. Those who exploit the vulnerable, such as orphans or the poor, are reminded that their Redeemer is mighty and will defend them. This underscores the moral foundation of wisdom, righteousness, fairness, and care for others are essential to a life that honors God. The father next stresses the importance of discipline in raising children. Though correction may seem harsh, it is portrayed as an act of love and salvation. Proper discipline, symbolized by the rod, is meant to steer the child away from destruction and spiritual death. This teaching reflects the biblical view that love involves guidance and correction, not indulgence or neglect. The father's joy is tied to his child's wisdom. My heart will rejoice, indeed, I myself. When the son speaks and acts rightly, it brings delight to his parents, reinforcing the generational blessing of moral integrity. The chapter continues by warning against envy of sinners. Instead of coveting their apparent success, one should remain zealous for the fear of the Lord. There is hope and a future for those who walk in wisdom and righteousness, but the pursuits of the wicked lead only to emptiness. Wisdom requires patience and faith, trusting that God's justice and reward are certain, even if not immediate. The father then encourages his son to avoid companions who are drunkards or gluttons, for such lifestyles lead to poverty and shame. Moderation and self-control are again highlighted as virtues that preserve dignity and stability. A particularly tender section follows, urging the son to listen to his father and not despise his mother when she is old. The counsel to buy the truth and do not sell it captures one of the deepest themes of the chapter. Truth, wisdom, and understanding are priceless treasures worth any sacrifice. The pursuit of truth brings joy to parents and honor to the family. A wise and righteous child becomes a source of gladness for both father and mother, illustrating how personal virtue blesses not only the individual but also the community and home. The father then pleads, "My son, give me your heart," calling for an inner commitment to wisdom, not mere outward obedience. He warns against the seductions of a harlot and an adulterous woman, describing her as a deep pit and a narrow well. Such imagery conveys the destructive, entrapping nature of sexual immorality. It leads men to ruin, dishonor, and unfaithfulness, illustrating how the misuse of desire can undermine both personal integrity and spiritual well-being. The final section of the chapter offers a vivid and sobering portrayal of drunkenness. Through a series of rhetorical questions, who has woe? Who has sorrow? Who has contentions? The writer depicts the misery and degradation that follow a life of intoxication. Wine appears alluring, sparkling in the cup, but it ultimately bites like a serpent and stings like a viper. The imagery grows increasingly chaotic, blurred vision, perverse speech, and the loss of self-awareness. The drunkard becomes like one tossed in a storm, senseless to pain yet enslaved to his addiction, saying, "When shall I awake, that I may seek another drink?" The passage serves as a powerful warning about the deceptive pleasures that promise escape but bring only bondage and destruction. Throughout Proverbs 23, the recurring call is to live with wisdom, temperance, and integrity, to govern one's heart and appetites rather than being ruled by them. The Father's instruction reveals that wisdom is not only intellectual but moral and spiritual. It involves aligning one's desires with righteousness and fearing the Lord. The pursuit of wealth, pleasure, and indulgence may seem fulfilling, but they are transient and ultimately empty. True life, joy, and stability come from truth, discipline, humility, and reverence for God. This chapter, therefore, stands as a timeless guide for anyone seeking to live wisely in a world filled with temptations and deceit, reminding the reader that the heart anchored in God's wisdom will not be cut off from hope or reward.
Chapter 23. When you sit down to eat with a ruler, consider carefully what is before you, and put a knife to your throat if you are a man given to appetite. Do not desire his delicacies, for they are deceptive food. Do not overwork to be rich. Because of your own understanding, cease. Will you set your eyes on that which is not? For riches certainly make themselves wings. They fly away like an eagle toward heaven. Do not eat the bread of a miser, nor desire his delicacies. For as he thinks in his heart, so is he. Eat and drink, he says to you, but his heart is not with you. The morsel you have eaten you will vomit up and waste your pleasant words. Do not speak in the hearing of a fool, for he will despise the wisdom of your words. Do not remove the ancient landmark, nor enter the fields of the fatherless, for their Redeemer is mighty. He will plead their cause against you. Apply your heart to instruction, and your ears to words of knowledge. Do not withhold correction from a child, for if you beat him with a rod, he will not die. You shall beat him with a rod and deliver his soul from hell. My son, if your heart is wise, my heart will rejoice. Indeed, I myself, yes, my inmost being will rejoice when your lips speak right things. Do not let your heart envy sinners, but be zealous for the fear of the Lord all the day. For surely there is a hereafter, and your hope will not be cut off. Hear, my son, and be wise, and guide your heart in the way. Do not mix with wine-bibbers, or with gluttonous eaters of meat. For the drunkard and the glutton will come to poverty, and drowsiness will clothe a man with rags. Listen to your father who begot you, and do not despise your mother when she is old. Buy the truth, and do not sell it, also wisdom and instruction and understanding. The father of the righteous will greatly rejoice, and he who begets a wise child will delight in him. Let your father and your mother be glad, and let her who bore you rejoice. My son, give me your heart, and let your eyes observe my ways. For a harlot is a deep pit, and a seductress is a narrow well. She also lies in wait as for a victim, and increases the unfaithful among men. Who has woe? Who has sorrow? Who has contentions? Who has complaints? Who has wounds without cause? Who has redness of eyes? Those who linger long at the wine, those who go in search of mixed wine. Do not look on the wine when it is red, when it sparkles in the cup, when it swirls around smoothly. At the last it bites like a serpent and stings like a viper. Your eyes will see strange things, and your heart will utter perverse things. Yes, you will be like one who lies down in the midst of the sea, or like one who lies at the top of a mast, saying, They have struck me, but I was not hurt. They have beaten me, but I did not feel it. When shall I awake, that I may seek another drink?